E aí, Planinautas, Rafael do formato for fun, galera. Seguinte, eu tive reunião bem no horário da transmissão, da primeira transmissão de Strixhaven do Magic. Então eu não vi nada, e eu vou assistir com vocês agora a transmissão. Então eu quero ter essa experiência de assistir junto com vocês, né? Quem talvez não viu vai estar vendo junto também. E vai ser meio que um react, né? Eu vou estar reagindo aqui ao que for mostrado na live e tal. Era para isso aqui ter acontecido online, só que a gente mora num país em que a gente paga os tubos para ter os serviços, só que as empresas não precisam, né, entregar tudo que elas deveriam entregar. Então a empresa de internet aí me quebrou as pernas, eu não consegui fazer live e portanto eu tô gravando pro YouTube. Mas eu não vou deixar isso me abalar. Não vou deixar o meu ódio vir à tona, porque eu tô muito hypado, muito hypado mesmo pra gravar isso aqui com vocês, beleza? Segue a gente nas redes sociais, eu vou botar o vídeo pra rodar aqui e é nóis, vamos nessa. E agora, galera? Dali!
Hello students and welcome to Strixhaven,
Olá, estudantes,
the most prestigious university for magical learning in Magic's multiverse. We have things to show you today, including some new mechanics,
Multiverse,
card
Mecanicas,
previews, and lots more. Everything you'll need for your first day at the most magical university ever. So join us as we take a tour of Strixhaven.
Fizeram bem estilo universidade mesmo.
Hey everyone, I'm Jimmy Wong,
É o Jimmy.
and I'll be your tour guide today as we learn all about Strixhaven, School of Mages. Now of course this is no ordinary school, and here to help us explain the history of it, the one and only Taylor Ingvarson from Wizards of the Coast. Hey Taylor, how's it going, man?
Taylor
Hey, Jimmy,
Ingvarson.
Are
É
you
dos
super
caras que
excited to
ajudou
learn
a
about
montar
Yes, I
esse
am
universo
beyond
aí.
stoked
Vamos ver.
because I get to relive college parties, throwing the frisbee on the quad, partying late at night, and playing Arena till 3 a.m. and my mom can't stop me. And there are no tests today, right?
Not today, and I'm not going to test
Sem
you today,
provas
so no worries
hoje.
on that.
All right, sweet.
Ele falou de
Okay,
várias
let's
coisas
hear
que se
about
faz na
Strixhaven.
faculdade e tal.
So
Eu não
Strixhaven
consigo
is
botar a
Magic's
tradução
most
nem legenda
prestigious
aqui, tá, galera?
university
Daí vocês vão
that
ter que ver no
focuses on
YouTube
higher
mesmo.
magical learning. It's separated into 5 unique colleges that all have
Lord
their own
Hold,
unique
Arqueomancia,
magical flair
Prismari,
and approach
Artes
to their
Elementais.
spellcasting. So when you go to Strixhaven, you, the player, get
Algumas
to
imagens,
decide
ó.
which
Que da hora.
college is the best fit for you.
Oh, okay. So it's kind of like figuring out where you fit in, what crowd you're going to hang out with, or what commander play group you're going to play with.
Even more important, it's also about the type of magic you want to use and want to study, and more importantly, like, it's also going to define and help you sort of find your own voice in what kind of mage you would like to
Tipos
be,
de
and how you would
mágica
like
nesse
to affect
mundo
the
são
world that
aquelas
you're
que você
living in
gostaria
for
de
future
usar e
generations to
coisas do
come.
tipo.
So once you
São
pick your
mágicas
college,
mais
you
úteis,
get to wear your
talvez.
school colors with
Olha
pride
que da hora.
and compete against rival colleges and have awesome magical duels with other students.
Okay, so this is amazing. Sounds like one of the first things we need to do is figure out which college we all want to go
A
to.
primeira coisa que a gente tem que
so
fazer é
there's
saber
no rush
qual
on that either. Like, in
faculdade a
fact,
gente
you get
vai.
the entire first year to go around to all the other colleges and figure out which one's the best fit.
Oh, okay. So I'm getting ahead of myself, but carry on. What else is there?
So Strixhaven was near and dear to all of us, and as we were working on building this thing up, what was most important to us was to just build an awe-inspiring university for a safe place of learning and an accepting place that
Eles
no
quiseram
matter what
construir
you were
lugar
welcome there.
que fosse
So something that we
espaço
also
seguro
really
para
wanted to do to give it a
aprendizado e
unique
tal,
flair
tipo,
is take all the areas of study and visually build
para ser
a
lugar
language to help
bonito,
describe
seguro,
what that
legal,
college
onde as
is
pessoas
about.
querem aprender.
Of course, Strixhaven lives on the plane of Arcavios.
Oh, a new plane.
Yeah, new plane's so exciting. It's so
Yeah,
full
no,
of wonder and mystery
Arcavios.
and big, magical, mysterious
Nossa,
creatures.
que loucura.
So this is the best place for you to come and learn and hone your skills and decide who you want to be as a mage.
Novo plano é
And
Arcavios.
actually
Strixhaven
going
é a
and
faculdade que
getting
fica em
accepted to Strixhaven
Arcavios.
is considered an incredible honor all across Arcavios.
I'm sort of getting this warm fuzzy feeling like the first time I picked up a Magic deck and was like, I like this color, I don't like that color. So Strixhaven kind of got that vibe to it too.
A little bit, yeah, absolutely. There's the different colors will allow you to do different forms of magic and sort of express yourself in different ways. So there will definitely be some that are like, this one's not for me, or like, absolutely, this is what I'm about. Oh my gosh.
Falando sobre escolher as cores
I
e
love
tal.
it. Okay, well,
Por enquanto, bem introdutório, né, galera?
At this school, well, let's talk about some of the Planeswalkers we're going to see on
os
this set. Are there
Planinautas.
any famous alumni that players are going to recognize?
Oh, heck yeah. So there will absolutely be characters that will recognize at this school. Because of its prestige, it attracts all sorts of familiar faces from all over. First up, we have the twin Planeswalkers, Rowan and Will.
Rowan e Will. Ah, que massa, acertamos, hein?
You mean let's take a look at their card? Because this is a
dupla
mono
face.
double face card
Nossa, que da
on
hora.
both sides. We have Rowan, Scholar of Sparks. And on the back side, Will, Scholar of Frost.
Mas.
Now they're scholars. This is pretty exciting.
Yeah, they were
ela
actually
tem
sent there
duas
to
habilidades, ele
Strixhaven
tem
by
três, ó.
Kasmina to test both their magical skills and their character.
Meu, que da hora.
So let's take a peek at Kasmina.
Kasmina,
Kasmina.
Enigma Sage. I was hoping to see Kasmina again soon, and because she is very clearly someone that likes magic, this seems like the perfect place for her to be. And of course, the borderless art looks awesome as well.
Nossa,
Is
as
that
duas
an
artes estão
owl or a
muito... A
familiar
primeira eu
that
não
is
gostei
on
tanto,
her
na real.
staff?
A primeira arte da esquerda.
Super
A
cool.
segunda, sim.
So then we'll have Luca, who's still coming to
Luca,
terms
ó.
with his power and
Luca vai
is
tá.
drawn to this kind of crazy, mysterious presence of these dark mages called the Auric.
Oh, nice. I love the action pose here. What's he on his way to? Like, is he late for class or is he doing something cooler?
Being late for class can be quite the adventure in itself.
É massa, mas por que será que ele tá ali, né? Ele não tem cara de que vai ser um professor.
Mysterious Planeswalker who's a professor in the mix. Check out Professor Onyx.
Professor
né?
Onyx. And it's got Magecraft, a new mechanic from Strixhaven we'll learn about later. Oh, Professor Onyx, legendary planeswalker. Wait a minute. Professor Onyx, I mean, don't you, it says it right here, don't you mean Lily?
No, I mean, you know, Professor Onyx. You got it the first time, right?
Professor Onyx, but then you just keep reading and then
Ah, eu
it says
prefiro a
literally-
primeira-
It literally says Lily
Yep,
on
eu
prefiro a primeira arte.
So cool. I'm so excited
Essa arte tá
that you're
legal, mas a
intrigued by her
primeira...
too.
Yeah,
Ó,
definitely.
então ela dá lá no
It seems like
Winterboom,
an
vocês viram o
ongoing theme
fundo da
of Planeswalkers
carta?
impersonating other people, but this seems like it's ripe for a great story, so I'm pretty excited for that. Wow. All these Planeswalkers look great. I'm always excited to see some of my favorite characters. Kasmina, I'm really stoked about. There's so much history and prestige here. I get the idea that this school has to have been around for a long time, right?
Ó,
Oh, it
parece a
has,
escola...
absolutely. But I bet you didn't guess that it was founded by five
A universidade
magically casting
tá no
dragons
plano há muito
700 years
tempo.
ago.
Okay.
E ela
Before
foi
you ask-
fundada pelos 5
I
Elder
know it's the
Dragons.
first thing on
né?
your mind, but I unfortunately I don't know what 700 years in Dragon Time translated.
7.000 anos atrás.
It's like the blink of an eye, dude.
Right, yeah, maybe some mage out there will
Quase
figure it out
mesmo
for
a
us,
idade
but of particular
de
importance in
Ravnica.
Strixhaven is the Biblioplex, the library that's
Biblioplex.
located in the central heart of Strixhaven. And if you
Mano,
ever
olha
get
o
lost and
tamanho
you
dessa
don't know where to find
biblioteca,
it,
velho.
all you need to do is look up and follow the torches of enlightenment that will take you directly there.
Okay, usually I use my Maps app, but this seems a little smarter.
Mano, imagina uma
So
biblioteca
the
desse tamanho.
Biblioplex is incredible. It's full of vast spaces and all sorts of unique studying opportunities, and is said to hold every single spell in the multiverse.
Wait.
Ó, diz que eles
every
têm
single
todas
spell?
as
Every
mágicas.
single one. Do you wanna
Será que
count them,
aquela.
Okay, yeah, I'll see you in about 10 years.
Aquela
So it's also
esfinge.
home to the thing called the Mystical Archive, which holds magic's most
Tem uma esfinge que
powerful
diz que
spells.
ela
Okay,
vive
that
num
sounds
lugar
really cool. I
que
love
tem
the idea
todas
of
as
mages coming
mágicas.
from all around. As a commander player, you just told me that there are legendary dragons, which is pretty much the origin of that format.
Absolutely. So the Mystical Archive is something that is
Nossa, quero muito ver os
unique to
dragões.
Strixhaven, and it's a curated list of 63 of the most recognizable
Nossa,
instants and
63 mágicas do
sorceries
Mystical
from Magic's
Archive. Isso aí vai vir em todos os
But here
boosters,
comes the
galera.
fun bit.
Pelo
You'll
menos
always
até
get
agora, né?
archive in each draft booster, and one in each set booster.
Ó,
And
tão
in
explicando.
collector boosters, the Mystical Archive cards feature a new foil etched
Ó,
treatment.
que massa.
So, in addition to your at least one traditional foil Mystical Archive, you also get
Tão ouvindo a
two
música?
foil
Música
etched
do Arena?
Mystical Archive cards.
One in every single booster pack? Okay, that's a lot of bling here. Can we, in the audience here, take a look at some of them,
Ó,
please?
vamos ver algumas.
Yeah, absolutely.
Algumas cartas
so
vão vir.
let's check out Duress,
Durs, pode
Lightning
crer.
Bolt,
Ó, raio.
and Time Warp.
Time Warp,
My
nossa.
goodness, look at that art, the new
Nossa,
frame.
olha o raio,
This
que
is
da
really
hora.
cool. I think this really exemplifies the power of these cards, and also it has this really library-esque feeling to
Massa,
them, right?
massa.
Yeah, absolutely. We
Turno
wanted these
extra,
particular
Dewis,
cards
clássico,
to
né?
feel like
Da
they
hora.
were inscribed
Da hora,
in
da
the
hora.
tomes that you would find in the Biblioplex themselves.
Tá, beleza.
So, if you think this is cool, that's not all that you're.
Vamos ver as artes japonesas,
so
provavelmente.
included in that is a Japanese exclusive variant, and these variants to the Mystical
Nossa,
Archive have
velho.
beautiful special alt art treatments
Nossa
and only
senhora,
exist
meu
in
lado
Japanese.
otaku tá
I'm just blown away by this.
cantando
These
agora.
look beautiful.
Oh, that's so good to hear.
foda.
You can get these in Japanese set and draft boosters, and in all language collector boosters.
Que massa.
But the alt art will always be in the Japanese language. And yes, you heard it correctly. The Mystical Archive marks the return of foil-etched cards. Each Mystical Archive card, both global and Japanese variants, will come in standard, foil,
vai
and
vir
foil-etched.
em vários tipos de
So with the foil-etched being exclusive
booster.
to collector boosters.
Só que quando
So I
eles
know that's
vier
all
nessa
awesome,
arte
but I
alternativa
also know
japonesa,
it's a lot of stuff. So did you get all that?
vai estar sempre em
Let me
japonês,
check
mas
the
mesmo que o
notes I
booster
did
seja
not
de qualquer
take.
outra
Okay,
língua.
Shiny and pretty. I want them. Yep, that's about it. Is that right?
Tá bom,
Yeah,
vai,
pretty and shiny.
mostra
That
mais cartas.
Essentially just wraps it all up in a nice little bow.
Yeah, seriously, right? This looks amazing. Thank you again, Taylor, so much for giving us this backstory of Strixhaven.
Yeah, absolutely. It was absolutely my pleasure, Jimmy. I'm so happy to help.
Did you? Hey, who threw that? Did you see that?
I did not.
Well, it looks like we have some troublemakers in class today, but I have a tour to get to, and I will not let them distract me. So thank you again, Taylor. We'll see you around. I gotta get
Quero
going.
ver as lendas, as lendas.
Now, we know that going to college is one of the most important steps in any young mage's life, and at Strixhaven, we are here for you every step of the way. From financial aid to career services, spell insurance, protection against mana flood, we will guide you through the entire enrollment
Proteção
process.
contra mana flood. Aí tipo, tava os terrenos no rio. Flood, tá ligado?
Going to college means learning new things, and I
Quem que é
can't
esse
tell
cara
you just
mesmo?
how excited I am to learn about the new mechanics
Eu já
from
vi esse cara.
Strixhaven. And to help me do so, we got just the man for it, Mike Turian.
Mike
Hey, Mike.
Turian, não é
Hey,
quem eu
what's up,
pensava.
Jimmy? How's the school tour
Ah,
going?
tá bom, velho,
Pretty
tá bom.
good.
Tá mostrando, eles
A
vão
lot of
falar
fun so
agora das
far. I'm looking
mecânicas.
into the school.
E a gente
I
não tá
might make
aqui
a
pelas
decision at the end of the
mecânicas.
day here,
Eu
but
quero ver as
first I gotta
lendas.
find out about mechanics,
Quero ver os
because that's gonna
dragão,
really shape my decision.
as artes.
Yeah, well, in addition to the modal DFCs
MDFC,
returning,
a
like
gente
you
tá
saw
na
with
terceira
Rowan and
coleção,
Will,
irmão.
we
A
have
gente já
two new
sabe como
mechanics we're
que
introducing with
é. A gente já
Strixhaven. The
sabe
first
como
of the
que
new
é.
mechanics I want to talk about is Magecraft.
Ah,
Yeah,
Magecraft, vamos
Magecraft, it's a
ver.
really great mechanic, and the reason we brought Magecraft into Strixhaven was Strixhaven's a world all about spells, and Magecraft rewards you for casting or copying
Strixhaven é um
instants and
mundo
sorceries.
que é
So,
que tudo
Magecraft
fala
is a great
sobre,
fit.
né,
Yeah, that
magias.
sounds very fitting,
É,
obviously. Lots of
Magecraft
mages,
teria muito a
lots of
ver com o
spells,
plano e
and
tal.
lots of power.
Yeah, exactly.
Vamos ver o que
The
que isso vai
Magecraft
fazer
mechanic,
direito.
it's set up that whenever you cast or copy an instant or sorcery spell, you get a bonus, like a
Ó, sempre que
counter,
você
life gain,
conjura
extra
ou
abilities.
copia
let's take a
uma
look at an
mágica
example.
instantânea ou
This is
feitiço.
Dragon's Guard Elite.
Ó,
Dragon's Guard Elite, 1 in the green for a 2/2 creature, human druid. Magecraft. Whenever you cast or copy an instant or sorcery spell, put a +1/+1 counter on Dragon's Guard Elite.
A Era de
Pay 4
Sangue,
green,
um fim.
double the number of
uma honra
+1/+1
servir a
counters on
eles.
Dragon's Guard
Ó, os
Elite.
dragões fundadores
Very nice.
trouxeram.
I'm sure you
O
love
que
seeing
será
a
que é essa
push
Era
to
de
drop,
Sangue,
don't you?
velho?
This is pretty interesting here. We
Nem
haven't
vi
seen
o que
a
ela faz, só
cast
fui
or
direto no flavor.
copy text in a while, have we?
Yeah, that's one of the ways we really made Magecraft special is you both get the bonus when you cast the instant or sorcery or when you copy it. So if you happen to be playing a Storm deck, you can get lots and lots
Storm,
of
ó.
Magecraft
Eles falaram que iam ter uma
Hey, don't
carta de
encourage
Storm.
anyone, Mike.
And Dragon's Guard Elite, it's also the Buy a Box promo for Strixhaven.
Ah,
the
que
promo
massa.
has an
A
alt
Buy a
art,
Box, ó.
and is in foil with that extended
conjura
art frame.
copia, bota o marcador
early
mais um.
applicants, you should apply at your
Nossa,
local
paga
game
6 e
store.
dobra
Not a bad idea.
os
So
marcadores.
Dragon's Guard Elite's really awesome, but let's check out another example of
Vamos ver
Magecraft.
outro
This
Magecraft.
is Archmage
Archmage
Emeritus.
Emeritus.
Archmage Emeritus.
Emeritus.
2 blue for a 2/2 creature, human wizard. Magecraft. Whenever you cast or copy
Ó,
an
que massa.
instant or sorcery
Alguns
spell,
professores
draw a
eméritos,
card.
né, que saíram,
And so here,
eles
you
voltam
get to
das
draw more
suas
cards. And what are you gonna
peregrinações
draw
para
when
contar
you're getting those
contos da
Magecraft triggers?
mística
Probably
Arcadius.
more instants and sorceries.
Massa.
How about drawing all those cards?
Yeah, this is great, and there's no limit to it, so I guess we really are encouraging people to play Storm these days.
Right, you just draw as much as you want, just make sure to stop before you draw your whole library.
Good call, good call.
And the Archmage Emeritus has a bundle promo, which is
A,
foil and
bundle,
alt art
a promo do
also.
bundle vai ser
Nice.
esse
I love
brother
these
aí.
alt
ó.
arts, especially because, you know, as a commander player,
Conjurou,
you always
copiou,
want to
comprou uma
choose the version
carta.
that best
Meu
fits your deck
amigo.
and how it looks.
Yeah,
Isso é forte.
that's exactly it. We love giving those fun collectible variants, so that way you can build a deck and really bling it out to make it, you know, special and customized just for you.
Yeah, absolutely.
And let me show you one more.
mais
this
um.
is the Eager First Year.
Eager First Year. 1 in the white for a 2/2 creature, human wizard.
Tipo novato.
Another great 2-drop. Here, the Eager First Year gets a power bonus whenever you cast an instant or sorcery or copy it.
Nice.
So, if you take a look at that art,
Sempre
that little
conjura ou
bobble
copia,
that's floating
ganha
in her
mais um,
hand,
mais zero.
as a first year, that's the only spell she
Comum,
knows.
né?
But I expect her to level up pretty fast at Strixhaven.
Yeah, I love it when you get to see
tem gente que com certeza vai tirar muito valor disso,
a new mechanic all the way up to sort of the competitive playable versions in other formats. So that's great to see.
So the second new mechanic we're introducing in Strixhaven also highlights the element of school, and it's called Learn.
Nova mecânica,
so the way
aprender.
that Learn works is it pairs up with a lesson card. You take a lesson card from outside the game and put it into your hand. Or if you want, you can just discard a card and draw a card instead if there's no lesson that's really appealing to you.
Trazer uma carta de lição de fora do jogo.
Here with the Professor of Symbology.
Professor of Symbology. 1 in a white for a 2/1 creature.
Quando ela entra,
When Professor of
você
Symbology
aprende.
enters the battlefield, learn. You may reveal a lesson card you own from outside the game and put it into your hand, or
Que
discard a
loucura.
card to draw a card.
The professor, she's teaching her Lorehold students a lesson, and so in this case, we're gonna go
Ou você pega uma
and
carta que
fetch
tem a
out,
lição
pest
de
summoning.
fora do
Pest
jogo,
summon.
ó, uma lição.
Sorcery lesson. Create
Sorcery
2
lesson.
1/1 black and green pest creature tokens with, when this creature dies, you gain 1 life.
You get a nice creature, and then you can go and fetch and get some 1/1s that'll give you a little bit of a life
Ou tu
bonus.
pega de fora do jogo, põe na
Pretty
mão,
adorable
ou
art
você
too, huh?
descarta e compra.
Yeah, this is really interesting because the
Oh,
idea
pest.
of learning is you're teaching something to someone and you're pulling the knowledge out of your head, kind of like you're grabbing it from outside the game, and you put the card in your hand. That's amazing. That's great value.
Exactly right, Jimmy. Learn and lesson, of course, Strixhaven University, it just pairs so well.
Right.
It's like, hey, you're here to accumulate knowledge, and let's go and find the exact lesson that fits. It's a ton of fun to both draft and play in Constructed because there's
vou
just that
mostrar
really
outra
fun
lição,
puzzle
eu
of,
acho.
hey, what card do I want to go and get this time?
Right.
Ah, não,
Let's
não.
take a look at
Entendi errado.
a few more lesson and learn
Ah,
cards.
não, vamos.
Here's Pop Quiz.
Pop quiz, compre
2
uma
in the
carta
blue
e
for
aprenda.
an instant. Draw a card. Okay, so pop quiz. This person is
legal.
clearly struggling with something here, but they get to draw a card at instant speed and then learn. But let's say you
Ou
don't
tu
have a
compra uma
lesson, then this
carta
card just reads
e
draw
pega
a card
de
and
fora
then
e põe na
discard
mão,
to draw another
ou
card.
tu compra
That's
uma
exactly
carta
it. On those rare
e
cases
depois
that
compra outra carta e
lesson that
descarta
you'd be
uma.
fetching isn't what you wanted, you can just dig into your deck a little bit more. It's sort of the backup plan because
Estranho,
typically you're going
estranho.
to be
Como é que
having
isso vai
a
funcionar
lesson
no
that you can go
Commander,
and
será?
learn for.
Right, absolutely. And then confront the past. X and the
Confrontar o
black
passado.
for
Ah, que
sorcery
massa,
lesson.
Liliana, olha.
Choose one.
O Gideon
Turn
ali,
target
velho.
Planeswalker card with mana value X or less from your graveyard
Ah,
to the
por que
battlefield.
Gideon? De todas as
Or
pessoas, por que me
remove
salvar?
twice X
Nossa,
loyalty
olha
counters
essa
from target Planeswalker and opponent controls. For our fellow Vorthos players, this
Nossa
is
senhora.
a very significant moment that Liliana seems to be embracing here, or looking into the mirror of, and this is just
loucura,
packed
velho.
with value too.
Yeah,
Que
absolutely.
loucura.
You know, she's remembering that moment where Gideon reached out and saved her. You can see that there in the art.
Nossa,
and then yes,
velho.
for those who are actually casting the spell, it does an awful lot, right?
Yeah, I don't think we've seen that sort of direct from graveyard to
pesado,
battlefield individual
pesado.
Planeswalker, especially with an X cast in it too. That's really interesting.
Yeah, absolutely. And then the second
Pesado
part,
demais.
you can use that to remove one of your opponent's planeswalkers pretty effectively.
Yeah, it's like
So,
two sides of the mirror, right?
Yeah, that's exactly it. You see that in the art, you see that in the
velho.
mechanics. We always try to bring fun, resonant mechanics into our worlds, and Learn Lesson really lets us amplify that.
Yeah, that's really neat. I'm super excited for this. I just
Nossa
love being able to do stuff that seems like it's like, wow, of course you should be able to do something like that in Magic. So, thanks so much for teaching us about these new mechanics, Mike.
Pelo
I
que
knew
eu
I could
entendi,
count
assim,
on you.
por cima,
Now it's time
essa
to
ideia de
finish our
trazer de
tour.
fora é como se você lembrasse de algo
Hey,
que
Jimmy,
você
it looks like
aprendeu.
someone hit you there in the arm with a paper airplane.
Yeah, you are right about that, Mike. Now I need to figure out who is this freaking hooligan. I'll see you soon.
Posso ver a
Good luck,
Beck que
Jimmy.
jogou.
I'll need it.
Ou o Josh.
And now the time has come for each and every one of you to choose your college. Representatives from each
Escolher a
college
sua
will join this
faculdade.
afternoon in room 118 of Wadsworth Hall. As a reminder, Wadsworth Hall is located on the northwest corner of the southernmost eastern quad.
Ah, é
They're
um
gonna
nível
be
de
there
inglês
for
que eu já não tô ligado.
informational recruitment fair. Come for the information, stay for the free pizza and
Pizza
fruit punch.
e refreshments.
As we mentioned earlier, Strixhaven is divided into 5 unique colleges, and here to
Esse é
explain
o
the
Doug
intricacies
Bayer?
of all of them is Doug Bayer. Hey Doug,
Doug
how's it
Bayer.
going?
Hey Jimmy, how are you liking Strixhaven so far?
I am loving it, but I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little intimidated. 5 completely different schools, so many details I don't know. Can you tell me a little bit more? I feel like I got a big decision.
Tá, vamos ver. Parece que ele vai falar um pouco mais sobre cada uma das faculdades. Tem que lembrar de não falar escola e falar faculdade.
5 colleges of Strixhaven are called Lorehold, Prismari, Quandrix, Silverquill, and Witherbloom.
Tá.
Each college is associated with an enemy 2-color pair, and they each have their own campus, faculty, magical specialties, identity, logos, mascots.
Cada um tem um campus, logo, mascotes.
Yeah, each college is unique, and you'll see representations of them throughout the entire set that expresses that identity. You're going to find card cycles that are specific to colleges, and each card
cartas específicas para cada colégio.
has its own logo watermark, like you see here.
Marca d'água. Esse aí é dos Witherbloom, né? Murcha-Flor.
Colleges tied to a color pair, and they have their own flavor of magic to go along with it.
Yeah, you got it. So there's also 5
Não, flavor art, agora é nós. Agora é nós.
With a college. See, there's an intense rivalry between these colleges, and they get to battle it out with each other in magical duels. It's part of Strixhaven's special sport called Mage Tower.
Wait, hold up. You gotta tell me more about Mage Tower. That sounds amazing.
Duelos de magos.
The rules of Mage Tower are simple.
Tô empolgado, já tô até pra frente na cadeira. Que da hora. Olha que da hora. É Pokémon, velho.
Mage Tower, and then the goal is to steal the other team's mascot
Olha
and transport
que
it
da
over
hora.
to your side. The thing is, all magic is legal, except any magic that would physically harm a player or a mascot or somebody in the stands or the stadium. But other than that,
é quadribol correndo, é
fute.
Wow, I love that. I mean, that's like, why don't we just change all Friday Night Magic just to be Mage Tower instead?
O nome do jogo é Mage Tower, pode crer.
Of like school pride and classmate camaraderie.
Okay. Well, with all this information,
estão falando de espírito esportivo ali.
But I still have to figure out which college matches me the best. So, let's go through them.
Sure thing. I've actually got a few videos for you to check out. Let's start with Lorehold.
Lorehold, vamos ver.
Lorehold is the college comprised of diligent researchers and daring adventurers.
Pesquisadores e aventureiros. Nossa, olha essas artes, velho.
Who explore the past by poring over archaeological artifacts and summoning
artefatos e arqueologia.
For some students, the past is a rich tapestry worthy of disciplined study.
Passado uma rica tapeçaria.
Like a cap as they jump down into a forgotten tomb. Lorehold, leave no stone unturned.
All right, I'm in. Daring adventures, archaeologists. Reminds me a bit of another famous professor I know. But you know what? Sign me up for Lorehold.
Okay, hold on. Don't you want to hear a little bit more about Lorehold first?
Yes, that's probably
vamos ver, mais coisa de Lorehold, vamos ver.
So what else can you tell me?
All right, so Lorehold is the College of Archaeomancy. It's represented by the colors red and white, and its mascots, the spirits. So here, let's take a look at some cards to give you a better sense of the college. First up, Lorehold Apprentice.
Wow, very nice. It almost looks like she is playing with a saga here in front of us.
That's
great. I love that art.
Yeah, the Lorehold use their magic to bring history literally to life. So they summon
usa magia para trazer a história à vida.
Them into the present. So next, we have some awesome artwork for you to check out.
Queria ler.
This one for the legendary creature Velomachus Lorehold. Velomachus is the dragon founder of Lorehold.
Olha o fundador, velho, que da hora.
Including Velomachus, come in their standard frame and an alt art borderless version.
Gostei da primeira.
Version is great. It actually reminds me of a bit
of older
Magic, while the standard one reminds me of newer Magic. So that's awesome.
Essa achei mais da hora, bem mais da hora.
Those scrolls that are hanging down from his body, that's an indication of the lore that he's literally holding in his body.
Que massa, os pergaminhos saindo do corpo. Que massa.
The commander for the Lorehold Strixhaven deck. This is Osgir the Reconstructor.
Do Commander.
Osgir the Reconstructor. Okay, this
Gigante, eu achei que era anão.
I love that Boros is getting more value-based tactics and having it be artifact-based in a archaeology type school. This is perfect.
Não deu tempo de ler, galera. Depois a gente vê isso.
What you mean by what's this is Lorehold.
I'm so sorry. Lorehold. Many apologies, Doug. Well, I
ele falou Boros,
so far, but you're right. I should get some information about the other schools before I make a decision. So, what are we going to hear about next?
All right, next up is Prismari.
Prismari, vamos ver os Prismari.
Prismari are the art club members of Strixhaven, and magic is how they express themselves. Their spells can be spectacles of raw creativity or meticulous artistic expressions. All the world's a stage. Whether their art is informed by mind or emotion, Prismari always leave a lasting impression. Prismari, Express yourself with the elements.
Nossa, que da hora.
Oh, Prismari, here I come. You know deep inside I am a theater kid.
I know you have a flair for the dramatic, Jimmy. So Prismari
Teatro,
might be for
né?
you. They are the
Teatro e musicais, né? Esse que é o
represented by the
problema.
colors red and blue, along with their mascot, the Elementals.
Olha que da hora o
Let's take a look at
mascote.
some Prismari cards here. The first up here is Prismari Apprentice.
Wow, I love the
Humano
art
xamã.
on this. You clearly see this mage controlling the red
Eles não
and
vão
blue
deixar
sides
tempo de
of
ler.
the
Depois a
skull.
gente
We really
vê
wanted to
isso.
show off the opposites.
Talvez em live,
built
vamos
into
ver.
the
Depois a
enemy
gente
color
pensa em ver as
combinations in
cartas.
Strixhaven, and Prismari especially has this like fire and ice combination going on.
Yeah, that's
Fogo e gelo
fantastic.
combinando.
And then we have the Storm
Combinação de fogo e gelo.
Artist.
Hey,
Storm
I was
Killing
wondering if
Artist.
dwarves were going to be showing up on this planet. Looks like I have my answer here. Not to mention treasure tokens,
isso aí
one
na
of my
depalinha,
favorite
hein?
mechanics in Magic.
Treasure tokens kind of represent the
Isso
artistic
aí na
creations
depalinha,
of
hein?
the Prismari. That's kind of a physical manifestation of their magic. And here is
Massa.
the dragon founder of this college,
Ó, o fundador.
Galazeth Prismari.
Ah, que
You would
chique
call
mostrar a
this a very
carta.
epic pose.
Que loucura.
The red and blue
Ele
colors
tá
here
tipo,
just
oh.
really pull out what's happening in the middle of the art.
All the colleges are based around the magical ethos of their founder dragon, and Galazeth Prismari has a flair for the dramatic.
He also has a flair for the kind of intimidating with the
Ó,
borderless
outra
art, which
arte.
I love seeing.
Ele falou que
Space
cada
Dragon.
escola foi fundada em volta
And
da
lastly, the
mágica
commander for the
que
Prismari Strixhaven
representa
deck,
os
Zafai,
dragões.
Thunder
O Zafai.
Conductor.
Wow.
Nossa,
Okay, this guy
muita coisa pra
definitely
ler.
went to drama school or some
Faz
sort of artistic
elemental.
school. I also really love in
Ah,
the
não-
art
não
how
deu pra ver, galera.
the blue is
Depois
coming
a gente
out
vê,
of the
de verdade.
stringed instruments and the red is coming out of the horns. That's like a great detail there.
We call that a double major. Now, before you make up your
Tá,
mind
beleza.
again, we
Ele
still
estava
got three
falando
more
que
colleges to look
cada
at. So
mágica,
let's check out
as
the
mágicas de cada
Quandrix.
escola, cada
Right.
faculdade foram feitas em volta do seu criador. E que o
Quandrix
dragão ali
mages
gostava
are
de se
ingenious
expressar.
math magicians.
Ó, os mágicos, os matemáticos.
They study patterns, fractals, and symmetries to command power over the fundamental forces of nature.
Olha só.
They'll solve a Rubik's Cube while proving that Dullard-Div-Mizit's second theorem completely wrong. Quandrix. Math is magic.
Wow, you know what? I think I could really see myself in Quandrix because I love math, not hard math. Math is for blockers, infinite combos, all that good stuff. So do you think I'm ready for Quandrix?
Well, they do have a dragon. And Quandrix is the College of Numeromancy, represented by the colors blue and green.
Da
and their mascot, the
numeromancia.
fractals, as you'll see here with Quandrix Apprentice.
Ó,
Oh, very nice. The search for knowledge. You can really feel the mages at this school learning and studying and then turning that
meu
into
Deus,
magic art.
cara
That's a lot of
que
fun.
realmente parece um
Right,
ser
the
humano
Quandrix are
adulto.
studying to uncover the numbers underneath reality. And let's take a look at the dragon founder.
Oh,
of this
dragão,
college.
dragão,
Here's
dragão.
the art of
Que
Tanazir
loucura.
Quandrix.
Whoa, this is gorgeous. And I love
Que
the little Easter egg in
bizarro.
the middle here, which is an impossible shape, but because magic is filled with art, you can draw these figures, and it's great to look at, because I think that's like a perfect example of what Quandrix is about, right?
Que
Like, it
negócio
shouldn't
estranho
work,
esse dragão,
it
velho.
does.
Yeah, use optical illusions.
Quero
and,
ver a
like
outra-
you said,
a
impossible
outra arte dele,
polygons,
porque essa aí eu achei
trying to
bem
get across
estranho.
that they are hacking at the very nature of reality itself.
It seems pretty powerful. To be expected of anything with the color blue, after all.
Não mostraram
And
outra
then the
arte.
borderless art as well. I
vou
love
mostrar
when
agora.
you include these like
Ah, essa
really
tá melhor.
strong lines on top of the
Ah,
dragon.
essa tá
underneath
muito
it.
melhor.
It just gives it such a dynamic feel.
Muito
Almost
melhor.
a diagram of a dragon. And we get to see another commander, this
Meu
time
comandante, ó.
the Quandrix Strixhaven deck.
Ah,
Check out
Merfolk, ó.
Adrix and Neve, twin casters.
Ward.
Very exciting as a commander player myself. Also, it looks like we might have a little bit of a tease here for a new keyword
Ó.
mechanic that will be in the
Que
commander deck.
loucura.
So
Sempre que
that's
ele for
really cool.
alvo,
Players
anule
get
menos que
excited.
pague
This
2.
is a new ability to help protect your most valuable creatures.
That makes sense too, right? You can't attack us unless you're paying
Massa,
more mana.
massa.
Seems like they've
Faz
outsmarted
token.
you, or they're able to dodge whatever you're doing, and you have to pay attacks on top.
Talvez
of that.
vai encaixar no meu
okay,
commander
well, the
de
choice of
Tritão.
colleges, it just seems to be getting harder and harder, and we still have 2 more to go.
That's right. And next up, we have the College of Silverquill.
Silverquills
Silverquill.
wield the magic of words, from inspiring battle poetry to
Mágica da
biting arcane
palavra,
insults.
poesia.
Stylish, intimidating, and tirelessly competitive. These mages are born leaders with a razor-sharp wit and natural charisma that can be
Carisma
used for
natural.
good or for ill. Silverquill, sharp style, sharper wit.
Não falaram muito, mas é tipo a poesia, palavra.
You know, I do love giving
Escrita.
speeches, and I've been known to bust a rhyme or two out in my day. I might just be a Silver Quill man.
Well, yes. So Silver Quill is the College of Eloquence.
Como é que chama?
And they are represented by the colors black and white. And their mascot is a creature called the
Discursos,
Inklings.
né?
Check out Silver Quill Apprentice.
Wow, this is some pretty cool art here. It definitely has this whole vibe and feel to it. I also love that people are watching it happen, which feels very Silver Quill.
Mas o mais
Silver
zero.
love and audience.
Simples
They're
isso,
about
né?
performance and turning that performance into their magic.
Ooh, this may be the place for me.
A galera do sarau aí, ó.
Let's look at the art of Shadrix Silver Quill.
Nossa, olha esse
What I
dragão,
really love
velho.
about this piece is that it almost looks like the dragon's actions are painting the landscape with that dark, sort of misty
Nossa,
color.
que da hora.
That's kind of the expression of the light and darkness of Silver Quill and this flowing magical ink that's
Que
through
da
a lot
hora.
of their magic.
Tem a ver
That's
com
awesome.
tinta,
And then
né? A
this
magia
borderless
dele.
art is something
Meu
that 100% just
amigo,
hang on my
olha
wall.
isso, velho.
It's great. I love how it starts really bright at the top and just has the full
Nossa,
spectrum of
mano.
white and black.
It turns out that artists get really excited when we tell them this is a study in
coisa da hora.
ink, which is a medium you already use.
Yeah, no kidding. And it just brings out, it evokes an entirely different mood. So that's great.
Mano.
Silver Quill really feels really unique in that fashion.
And yes, we do have another commander.
Top
This
demais.
is
Vamos ver o
Brina the
comandante. Ó.
Demagogue, the commander for the Silver Quill Strixhaven deck.
Again,
muita coisa pra ler, não
amazing
deu
in
tempo.
audience, and amazing
Pássaro
too, because it really
Warlock.
feels in
Você
flavor
tava
when
na
your
lista do Mario,
opponents
hein?
are attacking each other. You're the one that gets the benefit off of it too.
And Brina is an Aven. I think this is the first time in Magic we have a bird warlock as its type line.
Really? Okay, perfect. Okay, well, just one more college to go, then I can finally make my decision, right?
E a última,
Yes, and the last college
Witherbloom,
is
Murcha
Witherbloom.
Flor.
Okay.
Unidos da Murcha Flor.
Witherblooms are the goth biomages of Strixhaven. They
O
draw
vampiro.
power from the
Que
essence of
merda é
living
essa? Um
beings,
sapo? Tá porra, que isso?
whether that means
Urso.
enhancing nature or exploiting it.
Essa é a principalzinha lá, eu acho.
Witherbloom mages are
Peste.
most at home riding zombie crocs, picking herbs for potions,
Dríade.
hanging out in their swamp, making grim jokes.
Ó, massa, massa, massa.
Witherbloom, get your hands dirty.
Vamos ver.
Well, fifth time's the charm, they say. I do love the outdoors, and I don't mind getting my hands a little dirty. What else is there to know?
Well, the Witherbloom are the College of Essence
O dragão vai ser bem bizarro,
represented by
quer
the
ver?
colors green and black, and their mascots, the pests.
Meus
Let's look at
cortes são
Witherbloom
as
Apprentice.
pestes.
Okay, this art is fantastic, and I love how you literally can see and feel the effects of both parts of the name, Wither and Bloom, right there in the
Legal.
art.
These are kind of the pre-med of Strixhaven, and this is why you go pre-med, right? Is the power over life and death.
Mas,
Right, yeah, and to just be able to mix stuff together and see what happens.
And let's look at the art of the final dragon founder,
Ó, o dragão.
Beladros Witherbloom.
Okay, this
Me
is a
surpreendeu.
nefarious looking founder here, and
não
if I had
esperava.
to guess two
Achava que ia ser uma coisa
colors,
bem mais
black and green
bizarra.
seems perfect.
Yeah, we really played up the internal lighting in the environment and in the dragon, Beladros Witherbloom.
Yeah, and I
Massa,
love how you can really
massa.
see more
Tava
details in the
esperando uma
borderless
coisa
art
bem mais
of whatever's
nojentona.
hanging out inside those trees, that glowing
Tipo
stuff.
essa.
It just makes me feel like there's
É,
a
essa
project or
arte
something going
original é
on
mais da
inside.
hora.
Those are actually classrooms for the Witherbloom College.
Oh, awesome. Oh man, this is making
É,
the
eu
choice
preferi a
even
arte original.
harder.
Vamos ver o
And
comandante.
I have one last commander to show you. This is Willow Dusk, Essence Seer.
Willow
She's
Dusk.
the commander
Dríade
for
druida.
the Witherbloom Strixhaven deck.
Again, I have to give the kudos to the art here. I love just this sort of magic
Bota marcador igual a vida.
coming out of the ground, the earth, the alchemy, everything that's going on here just feels perfectly black-green.
She's very witchy. These are our kind
Ou
of
igual o
biogoths
O
of the
igual tanto que você
university.
ganhou, igual tanto que
So
você perdeu a
they're
vida,
using,
que for maior.
magic over death and life.
Okay, well, we saw all five. I thought the choice would be easier. Turns out it's even harder than before. I'm officially stumped. Is there anything else I should look at before I consider my final decision?
Well, you could also check out the cycle of dual lands.
Check out
As
the new
terrenos.
land. Each of these lands tap for 2 colors of mana. If
Gera
they
as
meet the
duas
requirements
cores.
on the card, then they enter the battlefield untapped.
5 colleges are also represented here on the Snarls.
Não consegui
Oh,
entender.
amazing. Yes. And each of these, again, like all of the art of the schools I love so much because it really brings out the color pairings.
Revela.
And you can see it right here in the lands as well.
The Snarls are
Ah, tá,
places
revela
where
uma
two
das básicas que
opposing
ele
forces
gera
of
ali.
mana come together and swirl in this gnashing pattern like this.
That's great. I love
tudo
the
fazendo
word
assim, ó.
snarl too. Well, Doug, I've got a lot to think about, so I think I actually just need a little bit more time before I sign on to one of these colleges.
That's totally understandable.
Oh, but before we go, something really cool I wanted to announce. Magic the Gathering is teaming up with Rock Love Jewelry in celebration of Magic fans everywhere. Rock Love Jewelry is coming out with a special
monte de joias de Magic que nós do Brasil não colocaremos as mãos.
If you want to see the full set, make sure you visit their website.
Valeu, Jimmy. Muito obrigado por mostrar.
Really nice.
Yeah, I really like this one. Okay. Someone is seriously messing with me, Doug. I need to go figure this out. Thank you so much for giving me all the deets.
Good luck, Jimmy.
Thanks. All right, everyone, that wraps up our Strixhaven tour. And Sean, what are you doing here?
Hey, Jimmy. I was just working on my application to Strixhaven. And look, come here, I have a request. I'm wondering if you can write for me a letter of recommendation?
One. Okay, sure, I'd love to. But two, paper airplane, Sean, come on, man.
Yeah, well, I mean, what'd you expect?
Yeah, you're right. Well, look, now that you're here, you may as well tell them about the launch of Arena on mobile.
Jimmy,
o lançamento do Arena no celular. Nossa, que legal. Bom, galera, eu dei uma cortada ali naquela parte que fala do Arena, porque não é muito nosso foco aqui. Gostei do que eu vi, mas eu ainda achei pouco. Eu senti, assim, que na apresentação de Kaldheim, a gente ficou mais hypado, mostrou mais coisa e tal. Não sei se também foi a diferença de eu estar vendo, né? Na outra vez em Kaldheim eu vi com vocês online e tal, a gente fez no chat ali na live. E hoje, tipo, vendo sozinho, parece que não me hype. Tipo assim, o hype ele tava num nível, mas parece que o que mostrou não elevou esse nível ainda. Parece que eu ainda tô na mesma. Gostei de ver os commanders, mas eu preciso parar para ler as cartas, não deu tempo, né, assistindo ali. E como é que a gente vai fazer dessa vez, galera? Primeiro, algumas coisas que eu quero falar. A gente vai ver todas as cartas em lives à noite, beleza? Essas lives vão ser o seguinte, eu pretendo fazer elas de segunda a sexta, mostrando todas as cartas que saíram no dia, falando sobre elas e com foco em Commander. Porém, durante as lives, a gente vai vendo as cartas e tal, e vendo quais delas estão aptas a receber o selo alfa de qualidade. Depois que a gente passar por todas as cartas, essas que a gente separou para ganhar o selo alfa, eu vou fazer um vídeo especial só sobre elas, misturando aí tanto a edição do Commander quanto de Strixhaven T2 padrão, beleza? Fora isso, no dia 30, aqui nesse canal, a gente vai estar aí mostrando também um spoilerzinho que a gente recebeu. Eu vou provavelmente, como é uma carta assim, eu não posso falar sobre ela muito, né? Mas ela assim, não é uma carta que nos conte muita história, eu vou trabalhar nela em volta do Commander mesmo, em como utilizar ela e dar uma exploradinha rápida, mas bem legal sobre essa carta, ok? E além disso, eu já quero deixar anunciado que a Prime MTG vai enviar pra gente os 5 decks de Commander, então teremos sim análise, melhorias, né? A gente vai analisar o deck, vai ver o que dá para tirar, o que dá para botar. Depois a gente vai fazer um vídeo só sobre melhorias para aquele deck ali, deixando ele, né, mostrando várias possibilidades para melhorar aquele deck. E além disso, também a Cards of Paradise vai estar mandando pra gente um kitzinho de pré-release. Então se você tem dúvida em ver como vai ser o produto, assim que a gente receber, a gente grava o unboxing e posta aqui também, beleza? Em breve deve começar a sair já as lords, não sei se já saiu hoje ou se sai amanhã, sei lá, mas acho que no máximo semana que vem já deve estar começando, e aí a gente vai embarcar também em mais esse hypezinho aí, mais essa história de Strixhaven, beleza, galera? Muito obrigado por ter assistido até aqui, quero agradecer a todo mundo que colou na live, mas infelizmente não deu para fazer porque a internet trollou a gente, e vamos nessa, que agora Strixhaven, força total. Quero terminar Forsaken ainda, mas agora Strixhaven vai virar o foco. Valeu, galera, abraço.